right.
Aside from the obvious, what made this the best place for you at Vikings
I know Coach Zim. I have a good relationship with him. Called me on the phone. We spoke. Um, I'm comfortable with the system, the playbook, and this is a good team. I mean, they're real close last year. They're on the brink of making it to the Super Bowl, and I'm just here to help this team out any way I can. So, just my relationship with them, this facility, and the kind of team that they have made it a no-brainer.
George, how quickly did the Vikings kind of shoot up your list of options going into that?
Let me see. What is it? 10 o'clock right now? Not 10 hours ago. I was on. I woke up at 5. Got to the airport at 5:30. Had a flight at 7, and practice. Got off the plane, started practicing. So that's the business. And just speaking with them made me comfortable. Obviously, how late into camp it is, and with like 10 days left, 2 weeks left, whatever it is, um, doesn't give you much time to pick up other systems and playbooks and things like that. I think I'm a smart player. I could, but obviously knowing the system here and knowing Zim and kind of what he wants made it a little easier.
So were they sort of when you look at the teams that places that could possibly go, was that pretty much put them at the top of your list right now?
In terms of what?
In terms of places you want to go, the fact that you already knew the system and you could come in and get
Well,
get some
I had teams talking to me earlier into the process. Like I said, the Vikings just came out of nowhere pretty much late last evening and talked to Zim, and then the ball just got rolling real fast. So I would even say they were an option 2 days ago just because there was no communication with them. But obviously, my priority was just to go into a good situation, go to a winning team, and a place that had a plan for me, or just a place that I feel like I could help the team out in any kind of way. So that's what made this decision pretty easy.
What was their pitch to you specific when you talked to Coach Zimmer?
No pitch. It just straight. He drafted me in Cincinnati. We have a good relationship, even when he left here to when he left Cincinnati to come here, and I just told him, just be the same Zim you were when I was a rookie. That's kind of why I've always liked him. Hard coach, um, exact. He's real good with his defense, and that's the kind of player I am. So I mean, the only thing he pitched to me is just pretty much, you know the system, and and I want you here, um, and that was enough for me.
You said you talked to other teams. Were you holding out hope that the Vikings would reach out? Is that what you
No,
said?
no, I wouldn't. I talked to other teams and systems that I do know. It wasn't like I was holding off for anything. I was just, taking my time, just waiting to make the right decision, and that's just what it came down to. I wasn't waiting for any team in particular. This is obviously the best situation that I can go into, and I'm happy to be here. Um, and that's pretty much what it came down to.
So George, to piggyback off of Zim, that you like him being kind of in your face, hard nosed,
hmm
is that what the relationship you like best about him? His style? What you like the best about his style?
I'm used to a style. I mean, I grew up in Texas, and that's how my high school coach was, and the linebacker coach in Boise State was the same way. So I'm used to that style. It doesn't matter either way. I mean, he just has a good defense. I mean, this is a good defense. I was on the opposite side of it last year when we played them, and I was on the Cincinnati defense. But just seeing those guys play, it's a disciplined squad, a team that can get to the ball, and they have a great secondary. So I just wanted to come to a team that was that obviously can make the playoffs and make a push to the Super Bowl and just help any way I can. So that's kind of what sold me.
George,
George, when
did
you were a
getting
free
cut
agent,
on Sunday catch you off guard at
What
all?
would you say?
Did getting cut on Sunday catch you
Oh,
off guard?
definitely. I think that caught everybody off guard. But I'm over it now. It is what it is. That just it caught a lot of people off guard. Definitely me. I was just sitting down eating with my wife and got a phone call from my agent. But hey, that's the business. That's what we kind of signed up for. Things happen. End of the day, you're just a number for the most part. And that's that. So I look forward to this opportunity right here. I thank Cincinnati for the opportunity they gave me. Unfortunately, it couldn't work out. Wish it would have turned out differently in terms of like how they released me, but hey, I'm not dwelling on that now. I'm in a good situation here. I'm where I'm wanted. I'm where I want to be, and I'm ready to help this team out however I can.
2016, did you come close at all to coming to Minnesota?
Definitely, definitely.
Yeah, look back on that.
What was that?
Yeah, can you tell us about that?
I mean, don't really need to dive into details. I mean, they're one of many teams that were actively um, interested in me coming out, and it didn't work out. But everything happens for a reason. I'm here now.
And in terms of
this season? I mean, is your expectation to move into the starting lineup?
My expectation is to come in, just compete, help this team out any way I can. Um, be a veteran presence, help the young guys when as soon as I pick up the playbook, help them out as much as I can. Add depth and be accountable and be someone that players can look to and be like, that's how you want to play. And so, however capacity that comes into, I'm fine with that. Like I said, the situation wasn't ideal in terms of like when I got released. So I'm going to make the best out of this situation and help this team make a push into the playoffs.
Do you expect to play on Friday?
I mean, I got off the plane and started practicing, and they wouldn't want me to come out here this fast to practice if they didn't have plans of playing me to some capacity. So right now, I got to meet with the coaches probably like 15 minutes and try to pick up on the defense, things that are different from when I was a rookie, so to say. But yeah, I should be out there to some degree.
How familiar did it feel with the defense? Is there still a learning curve, or how familiar did it feel being out there?
No, I was very familiar. I would say about 80%, at least from what they told me and just hearing the calls, were similar. He changed some things up, obviously, some calls, some names, and a little bit of philosophy here and there, but it'll be easy. It's just now it's my job to do my due diligence, study the playbook, get with the coaches, and learn it. Like I said, it's late into training camp. They got a season to worry about, so I don't want to be a distraction. I just want to come in and learn as fast as I can, and when called upon, do what I have to do. Yeah, I mean, I just got released 2 days ago. Most teams this late into the year kind of have a plan in terms of whatever their situation is. You have all off season and have a plan going forward. And by this late in the season, you're like, all right, we have our guys and this and that. So for me, just want to sign a 1 year deal, help this team out, and we'll see what the future holds.
What was your chance to be paired with someone like Harrison Smith and kind of be the
Yeah.
dynamic duo? That must be something you like.
Yeah, I mean, obviously he's a tremendous player, Pro Bowl caliber player. I think he made All Pro, so I know about him pretty well. I watch him. They have the same system, so they were constantly showing up on our tape when I was in Cincinnati, just for reference and things like that. And I came out with him in the draft. We played together at the Senior Bowl, so I know about him as a player, real good. Sendeo has done good things for this team as well. Like I said, I'm just coming here to add depth, and when called upon, go out there and play well. So however that comes out, we'll see. Go ahead.
How do you feel about wearing 28, considering you used to belong to Adrian Peterson?
Honestly, the roster is full right now, um, and they just rushed me from the plane to practice, like I said, and I just think that was the only number available, so they just threw me in it. Obviously, what AP did for the Minnesota Vikings, no one can match. He's a future Hall of Famer. He's an elite running back, and I don't think uh, I don't think it's bigger than what you may try to make it. It's just they have to throw me in a number to get out there, and after everything's said and done, most likely I'll switch into a different number.
George Zim said he still tells a story about you punching a guy in the helmet.
Yep. We talked about that on the phone. I was like, "Do you still use that example?" And yeah. I mean, that was out of character for me, but I was young. Uh, it's funny now. I mean, it wasn't funny then. I mean, but hey, I'm just glad I could be that example and say, "Don't punch your helmet. You could break your hand." That was me about 6 years ago. So it's funny, yeah.
What did Terrence Newman do for you? What did learning from him help you with? What did working with Terrence and learning from him in Cincinnati, how did that help your career?
Oh, it helped me a lot. I mean, Cincinnati had great vets. I mean, he's still a vet, but he was a vet then as well. And when I came in as a rookie, he was just someone that you can lean on. He was dependable as a player, and he just did everything right on and off the field. And he's very knowledgeable. You can come to him about anything, and he plays corner and nickel, and he could tell you about the safety. I think that speaks to him as a player and as a man that he takes pride in his craft and takes pride in understanding and learning the system. And so he helped me out a lot. Him, Reggie Nelson, Leon Hall, Chris Crocker, those guys when I first came to Cincinnati were great vets, and so I do appreciate them for that.
How comfortable are you chess piece if that's what you asked to do, move to different spots and things like
I'm comfortable with whatever they ask me to do. I feel like I'm very knowledgeable. I'm very versatile, and however they plan to use me, I just want to play well for them.